Welcome to the intro. I'm Davina Doyle. And today on the show, we are featuring rising TikTok and hip-hop star Akintoye. He is incredibly prolific and so charismatic. Here's Akintoye with Go Stupid.
CBC Music, the intro. I go by the name of Akintoye. Thank y'all for having me. I brought a couple of friends with me, if that's cool. On my left, I got these wonderful vocalists. On the left side, we got Tamia. On the right side, we got McKenna. Everybody saying hi at home. Now, let me introduce y'all to the band a little bit. Wave accordingly. On keys, we got the homie Julian Antonini. On bass, we got my brother Dan Fuco. On drums, we got the homie Daniel. And on saxophone, we have the one and only Alex Trent. Yeah, sax. Sound a little light. Yeah. Now, as we proceed to give you what you need, tonight and every night thereafter, I have one request and one request only. Bounce with us. Look what it feel like to be more than nice. I let road maps run all them nights, and yet street names still roll them dice. Talk bright like I owe them light. Joe Jack, I'm abusing my control on mics. I miss cuz birthdays, gotta call in twice. It's the cost of a brand new life. I ain't choosing, it was chosen for me. The door closed and tell the holder for me. Seen brothers do it all for a midnight. This like windpipe block, it don't sit right. Midnight talks, I miss my dogs. I don't miss fight despite whatever they did for me. I still hold them dear to me. Stockholm reminiscing, potholes I done swerved to miss. Therapy never served the reverse events. Just show who the world against. And the crowd go stupid.
Go crazy.
Go stupid.
Go crazy.
I let the details rip and the bass gon' slip. Pray the IV drip, don't fail me. I go stupid.
Go crazy.
Go stupid.
Go crazy.
When the details rip and the bass gon' slip. Pray the IV drip, don't fail me. If I don't pass,
I don't pass.
who they finna ride till the shit don't work? And who back home hoping that the reputation gon' shake? Tryna play me off a misquote first. If I don't last,
I don't last.
who gon' show them all how insanity works? I've been stepping in a bag, they would rather be hurt. Some real shit, we gon' do it for the family first. Told them, bitch, don't touch me, please don't rush me. I've been on the road, but they still don't trust me. Still gon' rust, these brothers wanna bust me. Never thought that I would get to feel so lucky. Skill gon' crush, the deal don't crush. I made it off the work, the money's just plus. It's funny how the hunger for the deal goes up till the bills grow up. I feel so clutch and the crowd goes stupid.
Go crazy.
Go stupid.
Go crazy.
I let the details rip and the bass gon' slip. Pray the IV drip, don't fail me. I go stupid.
Go crazy.
Go stupid.
Go crazy.
When the details rip and the bass gon' slip. Pray the IV drip, don't fail me. I go stupid. Still make it out alive.
Go stupid.
Hunger never gonna die. Put the dollars to the side. Don't hit my line. Don't waste my time. Every second in my prime. When the details rip and the bass gon' slip. Pray the IV drip, don't fail me. I go stupid. When the time right, brothers still exaggerating for the limelight. Imitate imagination on the timeline. Execute exaggeration when you wait. Live a fast life in between the sound. I'll atone for the brothers who ain't make it out. Set a tone for the brothers who are home counting minutes on their phone. When the sand hit the bottom, hope a different route come inside. The honest spot get the running line. That's never been a road for me. What a gift. I'm stuck in a place where I'm the brother to be. Ain't no money where it's supposed to be. What a shit. The crown loose, they shooting from two sides. Dive deep in the place of the true highs. But that's it, break it a few times. They ain't checking when I'm riding up fine and the crowd goes stupid.
Go crazy.
Go stupid.
Go crazy.
I let the details rip and the bass gon' slip. Pray the IV drip, don't fail me. I go stupid.
Go crazy.
Go stupid.
Go crazy.
When the details rip and the bass gon' slip. Pray the IV drip, don't fail me. I go stupid. Still make it out alive. Oh, you're never gonna die. Put the dollars to the side. Don't hit my life. Don't wait my time. Every second in my prime. When the details rip and the bass gon' slip. Pray the IV drip, don't fail me. I go stupid. Everybody put your hands in the air and point them towards Alex Trent while he take us out.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having us. This is dope. Look at the people's faces. Look at everybody.
You know, that song is filled with so many emotions. What is that track about?
So Go Stupid is about a lot of the songs I write are about the position in life that we're currently at, or whatever positions we may get to eventually. So Go Stupid came together at a time where there's a lot of things going on. Musically, we were growing and we were elevating and things were changing, and it felt like things were actually going great. And while all of that is happening, there's also chaos going on the side, because we feel like we got to make it happen now. We got to make it happen soon, and time is moving very, very fast. And in between these moments of confusion and stress and trying to make things happen and all of that, it feels like the good moments where we go out and the crowd is almost chanting at us like, yeah, go stupid, go crazy. Like that's what we like to lean on. That's the seeing the great things that are happening. There's also a ton of chaos going on behind the scenes. You
were 20 years old when you signed up for TikTok. What made you take the plunge at that point?
Bullying. I was bullied. So I used to work with kids, and all the kids were like, it was a writing organization, and all the little kids, grade 6s, grade 7s, grade 8s, they were like, Coach AK, you got to get on TikTok. And I was like, I'm too old. I'm 20. I don't do that. Like, I'm just way too old for that. And then a friend of mine was like, download the app so I can send you funny videos. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll finally download it. Downloaded it. Didn't post on it at first for a really, really long time. Or at least didn't post seriously. I was kind of throwing up videos I had already posted on other social media. Then it wasn't until April 2020, like end of April, just threw a video up, not thinking anything of it, and then the video just took the hell off and just started this snowball that kind of got us to where we are now.
So this year, Forbes published, the top 2022 TikTok earners, and there was not one Black creator on there, despite the fact that it's Black creators that push so much of the dances, the challenges, the trends. What does that pay gap feel like for you?
It feels like every other day in every other industry that we exist in, very much so. It's very, very much par for the course. The fact of the matter, especially with TikTok, is, yeah, they're trying things and they come up with these different things, and long run doesn't really mean much. It's nice to have the little moments to know, oh, we're trying, but they got such a long way to go. And again, we're used to this. This is commonplace. We drive the culture. We drive everything and get zero credit for it. This is something we're used to. It's not new to us. It does feel a little more discouraging that the platform that kind of is the main platform right now is also happening there. But I mean, what we do and we've always done since the beginning of time is take it on the chin and do what we got to do. But TikTok, yeah, I know they're trying things and I see the effort, but they got a very, very long way to go before it's at an acceptable point,
So before you were on that platform, you were still making music. What were those years like for you?
Not good. The music was terrible. It was atrocious. He remembers. We were in university, trying our best to just figure it out. I didn't start recording music by myself until 2017. Been rapping since I was 10, but I mean, it was never a real tangible thing until 2017. Recording in a dorm room closet, it sounded horrible, horrendous. Couple of years in, we started working together, like really, really properly working together. And that's when I feel like that the growth and the elevation started happening for real, because he has a different background than I do musically. And we came together at sort of this middle point that was hip hop and started making we set out from the jump, just make the weirdest things we can make. Just let's get weird with it. Let's get non-conventional with it. And yeah, so the early years was a lot of trial and error, figuring it out. Was not very good at the beginning. And then time went along, we linked up, and it's just been steady uphill since then.
When you have that much rapid success, it can be really hard to tell who has your back and for the right reasons and who doesn't. How does that play into this next song, Who Up?
So Who Up, funny enough, was, I feel like, the most literal song on the project, because it's literally asking like when things are going great, when hell breaks loose and when everything hits the fan, like, who is up? The pressure's lurking on a late night when you're by yourself and it's really, really hitting you and you need somebody that's there. Ask yourself, who is up? And I kind of left it as an open-ended question, and through the verse, I kind of answer it for me. I got a ton of people that are up whenever I need them to be up. But I kind of posed it in a two-sided way where I asked and answered the question to myself, but also in the chorus, like, some people listen to it and they're forced to sit down and think like, oh, so who is up for me? So who up is pretty much just ask yourself like, yo, who is up when you need them? When the pressure's lurking on a late night, who up?
I don't know if it's real life or not. Don't feel entitled to make a choice. Too out of breath to connect the dots. Open my hand like the paper boy. I see all the stories of people who did it before me. The pages, they making noise. It's easy to keep it inside the box. Whenever they're reaching, they taking joy. But when it's going down, Who up? The pressure lurking on the late night. Who up? But when it's going down, who up? The pressure lurking on the late night. Who up? I'd have been out of my element, bending the net you can see in my eyes. Thought I'd be covered with ice, scared of the highs on the lows, but I'm up for the ride. What an uncomfortable vice. Sick of expanding, I land and I stand in my lines. Not a perception of time, follow direction I set while I cling to the rail. That's an acceptable grind. Used to be comfortable moving with balance is key. Follow maleficent ties, some of them left me to sight, most of them left me to die. Still on the ship I arrive, ain't getting waters, I'm scared to retreat too. Nobody care for the message, they checking the vessel and method you speak through. All of my enemies see through, peeking and peeking, I peeped you. Selling them sugar and sweeter days, now they developed a sweet tooth. Crushing the piece out and broke them off. Selling you sofa and stone and go over the edges, the pressure I'm roaming off. And the effort to hold it off. Too out of hand, so I reach for the people I see and I hand them a handful. When the tip of my fingers are friends that'll linger, reveal all the faces it spans through. I'm happy they gave me a chance to. I'm used to me bending and never breaking, now the pages resembling bamboo. I do what I can do, but when it's going down, who up? The pressure lurking on the late night. Who up? But when it's going down, who up? The pressure lurking on the late night. Who up? I'd have been out of mind.
But when it's going down, see when it's going down, 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 down. See when it's going down.
That was great. Great job, everybody. So your latest album is called Anxiety and Circumstance, which is such a great title. Can you tell me what your relationship is with anxiety?
Yeah, so it's an everyday thing. It almost progressively gets worse as the years go along, but I also get better at managing it as the years go along. It makes life hard when you feel like you're always on 10 and you can't shut it off. When you're just always on fight or flight mode. And it's really, really rough. So it's been an ongoing battle, and it's a weird balance because it keeps getting worse, but I also keep getting better at managing it. And I feel like it's just going to be like that for the rest of my life. And I've kind of accepted that it's just going to be a part of my life forever.
You know, on a serious, happy, funny note, so many musicians and creatives struggle with depression and anxiety. You're not alone in that. And you know, you hear so many people talk about the fact that getting the chance to write a song is like having a little therapist that lives inside your body. So does songwriting help ease your anxiety?
It is like I'm lucky I found my form of like the most cathartic, productive thing I could do, and it also just happens to be what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like I got super lucky because every time I write these songs, and you hear it in the songs that we put out, like every song is a little mini therapy session. There's so many other songs. Dan knows he gets a voice note at 7 o'clock in the morning because I haven't slept from the night before, and it's like my psychotic ramblings of these songs and me yelling and then singing them into the voice note and saying them over his way because, you know, the when things literally are not going great, I'm actually able to turn to this thing that's literally my job and have it be a therapeutic thing for me. It feels fantastic. I got super lucky.
How old were you when you started making music? Because I know it wasn't recently. This is in your bones.
Yeah, I've been rapping since I was 10. The first time I rapped was at like one of those middle school Christmas concerts, like the little kid ones where they hold hands and they sing songs badly. So that was the first time that I rapped for real. And ever since then, I remember being on the stage. I was 10. I'm on the stage and I'm rapping it. And there's footage of this somewhere. I don't know where it is. My mom got it or somebody got it. And I'm literally like petrified, but the words are coming out, but nothing else is moving. Like I'm just fully stuck. And what was going on in my head was like, I don't know what this is, but I love this and I want to do this forever. I went home that night and started writing verses that night. Fast forward 7 years, I was 17. We're in university. It started second semester, and I finally was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get a mic, get the cheap, respectable setup, and yeah. So pretty much, I've been at it since I was 10, at it seriously since I was about 17, give or take.
So we have one more song to play today. What is this next song about for you, Out of My Mind?
So Out of My Mind is, I try my best to capture those moments of freak out that I was talking about. I try my best to capture them in one particular song. Out of My Mind is funny because it kind of existed in two parts. So there's the first half and the second half. And the first half existed maybe 3 months before the second half did. That whole second half happened on the back end of one of my, like I have a lot of panic attacks, and on the back end of one of the panic attacks, I was like, oh, I have these weird moments of clarity after it happens when you come back down to earth and everything just makes sense. And in that moment, I was like, I should finish writing this song, and sat down, wrote the second half of that. I really, really was just trying to capture what it feels like, at least for me, when I feel like I'm out of my mind. There's these moments of in the beginning where everything's going great and you feel like you can celebrate, and then almost on like it turned on a dime, everything could just start feeling like it's the end of the world. But at the end of that, regardless, there's still this clarity that comes on the latter half of it. And I like the way the chorus sounds on the song too. It sounds pretty. I think there's something about listening to a song about going crazy that sounds pretty, that is just really, 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 really dope. So yeah, that's what Out of My Mind's about.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
Oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, hey. Think I'm out of my mind. Oh, hey, hey, oh, hey.
Think I'm out of my mind. Look at you, look at me. What we do shouldn't be possible. I think I'm out of my mind. Look at you, look at me. What we do shouldn't be possible. I think I'm out of my mind. But who say I had it in the first place? The proof is in the habits on the worst days. Confusion only happens when I'm out of my mind. The hands on the clock don't turn every minute, every hour, every second. So the rest of the homies will think I'm manic obsession. Yeah, I'm out of my mind. Only if you're looking at me sideways. Sidestep boogie on the highway. Dance the pain away. Feel the frame delay. Film the fall. You can feel the change today. Out of my mind. And if you catch the reverse, roll up the windows and talk to me first. Let's up the reverb. And I think I'm out of my mind. Look at you. Look at me. What we do shouldn't be possible. I think I'm out of my mind. Look at you, look at me. What we do shouldn't be possible. I think I'm out of my mind. I don't doze off the same way. I done pulled off the game face. I done turned off the mainframe. But ain't no peace of mind, way too deep to find second chances. All my restrictions been self-inflicted, that's true. I'ma still call it a bad mood, cause just in case I rebound the big smiles and lasting impressions. That's what's so precious. I can sell sections off in my benefit. I've been weighing options I never did. Take off the wall and find relevant. Like who I'm making decisions on the behalf of, and who been making decisions in my, I'm falling behind, a flaw in design, and I think I'm out of my mind. Look at you, look at me. What we do shouldn't be possible. I think I'm out of my mind. Look at you. Look at me, what we do shouldn't be possible. I think I'm out of my mind. Out of hand, out of sight, out of work, out of prime, out of time. Think I'm out of my mind. Out of hand, out of sight, out of work, out of prime, out of time. Think I'm out of my mind. That's when the juice come best of all. They go room to room and don't test the walls. Who's to choose what's acceptable? Who's to choose when none left to call? Keep acting like I ain't survived by the skin of my teeth. See them all command him trying to minimize me. One time for the vibes, come along for the ride. Lead a seed in the hearse, come alive in the ride. And assuming every line we provide holds weight, we be taking on a few more plates. Ain't no roof on the same, we expanding all directions, every section and assume more space. Look at you, look at me, what we do shouldn't be possible. I think I'm out of my mind. Look at you, look at me, what we do shouldn't be possible. I think I'm out of my mind. Out of hand, out of sight, out of work, out of prime, out of time. Think I'm out of my mind. Out of hand, out of sight, out of work, out of prime, out of time. Think I'm out of my mind.
That was Akintoye. Such raw talent and charisma. If you want to know more about Akintoye, just head on over to cbcmusic.ca/theintro.